In Brave New World, Aldous Huxley imagined a society that did not rely on fear, violence, or overt oppression to maintain order. Instead, it functioned through comfort, pleasure, and constant distraction. Written in 1932, the novel offers a vision of control that feels increasingly familiar today. Huxley understood something deeply unsettling. People do not need to be forced into submission if they can be gently lulled into it. When individuals are continuously entertained, comforted, and satisfied, they rarely feel compelled to question authority, challenge systems, or examine their own lives in any meaningful way. Pleasure in this sense becomes not just a reward, but a mechanism of control, unlike traditional forms of domination, where power is maintained through fear or punishment. Huxley's model operates invisibly. There are no chains, no prisons in the conventional sense. Instead, there is a world overflowing with stimulation, amusement, and ease. People are not coerced into compliance. They willingly participate in their own containment. This is what makes the system so effective. It disguises itself as freedom. Individuals believe they are choosing their lifestyles, their habits, and their pleasures, when in reality those choices are subtly shaped and limited by the structures around them. At the heart of this idea lies a powerful paradox. Pleasure can be more controlling than pain. Historically, suffering has often sparked resistance. Oppressed groups, when pushed too far, rise up, united by shared hardship and a desire for change. Pain sharpens awareness and creates solidarity. Pleasure, on the other hand, tends to isolate. When each person is absorbed in their own stream of entertainment or gratification, collective awareness diminishes. There is no urgency to rebel when life feels comfortable enough. Modern society reflects this dynamic in striking ways. Entertainment is no longer occasional, it is constant and omnipresent. Streaming platforms, social media, video games, and digital content provide endless stimulation. There is always something to watch, scroll through, or engage with. This creates what might be called a golden trap, a form of voluntary imprisonment where individuals are surrounded by comfort and distraction. The trap does not feel like confinement because it is pleasurable, yet it quietly limits depth, reflection, and growth. One of the most insidious aspects of this system is its voluntariness. The system sustains itself because people prefer the ease it offers over the discomfort of self-examination or change. This dynamic extends into consumer culture as well. Modern economies are built on the creation and satisfaction of desires. Advertising does not merely respond to needs, it manufactures them. People are encouraged to believe that happiness lies just one purchase away, that fulfillment can be achieved through the right product, experience, or upgrade. Yet these satisfactions are fleeting. As soon as one desire is fulfilled, another takes its place. The result is a continuous cycle of craving and consumption, where individuals remain engaged but never truly satisfied. It is important to clarify that pleasure itself is not inherently harmful. Enjoyment, relaxation, and comfort are natural and necessary aspects of human life. The danger arises when pleasure becomes constant and compulsive, when it is used as a way to avoid reality rather than engage with it. When people lose the ability to sit quietly with their thoughts, to tolerate boredom, or to confront difficult emotions, pleasure shifts from being a source of enrichment to a form of escape. Huxley illustrated this idea brilliantly through the fictional drug soma, which citizens used to eliminate discomfort instantly. In today's world, there are many equivalents. Social media offers immediate validation and distraction, providing quick relief from loneliness or insecurity. However, this relief is often temporary and can deepen the very feelings it seeks to alleviate, a common paradox in today's age. Similarly, compulsive shopping, excessive screen time, or other forms of instant gratification provide short-lived highs that leave underlying issues unresolved. These modern somas share a common characteristic. They promise solutions without effort. They do not require growth, reflection, or change. Instead, they offer a way to bypass discomfort altogether. While this may seem appealing, it comes at a cost. Emotional resilience weakens, self-awareness diminishes, and individuals become increasingly dependent on external stimuli to maintain their sense of well-being. This condition can be understood as a form of voluntary servitude. People are not forced into their habits, they choose them, often repeatedly, despite knowing their negative effects. The chains are invisible because they are made of pleasant experiences, yet they are no less binding. Over time, individuals may find it difficult to function without constant stimulation. Silence becomes uncomfortable, even threatening. The ability to be alone with one's thoughts, once a source of insight and creativity, gradually erodes. Huxley also pointed to a broader societal consequence, the weakening of freedom itself. Freedom is not simply the absence of constraints. It requires the capacity to think critically, make independent decisions, and tolerate discomfort. When life becomes too easy, these capacities can atrophy. People may become apathetic, disengaged from political or social issues, and more easily influenced by those in power. While they are distracted by personal pleasures, larger systems operate without scrutiny. This extends beyond politics into intellectual and spiritual life. Constant exposure to shallow, fast-paced content can reduce attention spans and limit the ability to engage with complex ideas. It is similar to a diet consisting entirely of junk food. Immediately satisfying but lacking in nourishment. Over time, this can lead to a form of intellectual malnutrition, where deep thinking becomes rare and superficial understanding becomes the norm. Spiritually, the consequences are equally significant. When individuals are constantly distracted, they have little opportunity to reflect on deeper questions of meaning, purpose, and identity. These questions can be uncomfortable, even unsettling, but they are essential for personal growth. Avoiding them through constant stimulation may provide temporary comfort, but it ultimately leads to a sense of emptiness. Silence plays a crucial role in this process. Throughout history, philosophers and spiritual traditions have emphasized the importance of stillness and introspection. In silence, individuals can observe their thoughts, confront their fears, and gain clarity about their lives. Without it, the mind remains in a state of constant agitation, filled with noise and distraction. It becomes difficult to access deeper levels of awareness or understanding, a simple practice. Spending even a few minutes each day without any external input can reveal just how dependent people have become on stimulation. It can also serve as a starting point for rebuilding the capacity for attention and reflection. While this may initially feel uncomfortable, it is precisely this discomfort that makes the practice valuable. Another aspect of Huxley's vision is the infantilization of society. When people become accustomed to immediate gratification, they may lose the ability to tolerate frustration or delay. This creates a population that is easier to manage, as individuals are more focused on satisfying their immediate desires than addressing long-term challenges. Small inconveniences can feel disproportionately distressing, while larger issues are ignored. This tendency is visible in everyday behavior: impatience with minor delays, sensitivity to disagreement, and an aversion to boredom. These traits, while seemingly trivial, reflect a deeper shift in how people relate to themselves and the world. When discomfort is consistently avoided, resilience diminishes. The capacity to endure hardship, pursue meaningful goals, or engage with complex realities weakens. Despite these challenges, Huxley's vision is not entirely pessimistic. Implicit in his warning is the possibility of resistance. The first step is awareness, recognizing the ways in which pleasure and distraction shape behavior. By observing one's habits and impulses, it becomes possible to regain a sense of agency. This does not require rejecting pleasure altogether. Rather, it involves distinguishing between different kinds of pleasure. Some forms of enjoyment are shallow and addictive, leading to dependency and disengagement. Others are deeper and more meaningful, contributing to growth and connection. Activities such as spending time in nature, engaging in creative work, or having genuine conversations with others can provide a sense of fulfillment that is both satisfying and enriching. Practical steps can help cultivate this awareness. Taking a pause before engaging in a habitual behavior, such as checking a phone or making a purchase, can create space for reflection. Asking simple questions like, "Why am I doing this?" or "What am I feeling right now?" can reveal underlying motivations and patterns. Periodic breaks from habitual sources of pleasure can also be valuable. These fasts are not about deprivation, but about reclaiming choice. By stepping away from constant stimulation, individuals can rediscover their ability to focus, reflect, and engage with the world more fully. Equally important is developing a different relationship with discomfort. Rather than viewing unpleasant emotions as problems to be eliminated, they can be seen as signals or opportunities for growth. Feelings such as boredom, sadness, or anxiety often point to deeper needs or unresolved issues. Engaging with them, rather than escaping from them, can lead to greater self-understanding and resilience. Ultimately, the challenge is to move beyond the golden trap of effortless comfort and into a more authentic way of living. This does not mean abandoning modern conveniences or pleasures, but rather using them consciously and in balance. It involves choosing depth over distraction, presence over escape, and growth over ease. Huxley's message remains strikingly relevant. A society does not need to oppress its citizens if it can keep them pleasantly occupied. The most effective form of control may be the one that feels like freedom. Recognizing this is the first step toward resisting it. The question each person must ask is simple but profound. Does this pleasure expand my life, or does it limit it? The answer may not always be comfortable, but it has the power to transform how one lives. In a world overflowing with easy satisfactions, choosing awareness and authenticity becomes an act of quiet rebellion.